Let's have a look at question 11 now. So assume that the salary of the worker in a period is equal to half of the value of production. Okay, so it holds that the number of trainings that the worker follows is exactly half of the number of trainings that the worker follows when his salary is independent of his production. Now, what's the idea here? We know that the salary is just equal to half of the value of the production. So since the production after following the trainings was equal to this relationship over here, let me just crop it, we found it in the previous video, that was our marginal revenue, right, the gain in revenue. But now our marginal revenue is just going to be half of it, because half of this is going into the salary, is going into the payment. So we will have a marginal revenue which is just half of this. This is our new marginal revenue at the moment. This is the marginal revenue. But to find out the optimal number of trainings now, we have to make this relationship equal to the marginal cost. And we know that the marginal cost is equal to just C, as it was in the previous video. That's still the cost for every training. So we have to solve this relationship for the T optimal, for T star. Now how can we do that? Well, let's open the brackets over here. We will have 1/2 multiplied with T minus T star times the quantity equals to C. Let's take 1/2 and Q to the other side, so this thing and this thing to the other side. We're left with T minus T star, which is equal to C divided by 1/2 times Q. Now what's that going to be? So we'll have T minus T star, which is equal to 2 multiplied with C divided by Q. And what we want to find out is the optimal T, so we want to find out this amount. We're taking it to the other side, and we take this term to the left so that we can change the places. Now what's that going to give us? The optimal number of trainings, is going to equal to T minus, because we're taking the positive to the left side, so T minus 2C divided by Q. And we can see that this amount is not a half of what it was before. Before we had T, let me just crop it to compare it, T minus C over Q. That was the optimal number of trainings when the production was independent of the salary. So that was before. And we can see, where was it? Over here below. So, and we can see that the new number of trainings is not half of it, because if it was half of it, we should have had this relationship, T divided by 2 minus C divided by 2Q. We would divide this whole thing over 2, and that's not equal to what we just found over here. So the answer is false. Over here the answer is false, and we are done.